It started out as a typical day in Radiator Springs. Lightning McQueen, Sarge, and Sally were hanging out at Flo's V8 Cafe when Mater drove up. "Hey guys, I'm glad you're here," Mater said. "I just saw some strange creature from another planet over behind Ramone's." "Really, Mater?" said Lightning. "Are we supposed to believe you?" "Of course," Mater said. "You guys better get over there before it starts destroying the town." Lightning, Sarge, and Sally drove over behind Ramone's paint shop, and they heard a strange noise coming from behind the garbage dumpster. "What do we do?" said Lightning. "I don't know, but we better take a look," said Sarge. "Yeah, you should go look, Stickers," said Sally. Lightning slowly crept up and was startled by a big black shadow moving toward him. "Whoa!" yelled Lightning, and the creature jumped out from the shadows and screamed. "Oh, bejesus!" It was Lizzie. "What'd you go and do that for?" "Oh, Lizzie, it's you," said Lightning. "Well, who'd you think I was?" said Lizzie. "Some alien from another planet? You lemon?" "Ha ha 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 ha! You should have seen your faces." "Mater, that wasn't funny," said Lightning. "That was funny right there," Mater said as he drove away laughing. "Ha ha 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 ha!" Later that night, Mater was back at his tow yard sleeping when a loud sound woke him up. "Whoa, what's going on out there?" Mater said. He slowly drove outside to find a big black hauler truck. "I ain't seen a truck like you before," Mater said. "You're a big fella, and you got no license plate." "Can I help you?" Mater asked. "Is this your residence?" said the truck. "Why, yes it is," said Mater. "You done woke me up from a dream I was having about this." "Well, I need to ask you for an extremely important favor," interrupted the truck. "It seems I'm having some problems with my trailer, and I need to go get some help." "Well, I'm sure I can help out and get you fixed up in a jiffy," Mater said. "No, I appreciate the offer, sir, but you cannot touch this truck. It's a matter of national security." "National security?" said Mater. "I need you to watch this truck until I get back. Don't let anyone touch it, and whatever you do, don't open the back door." "Well, okay," said Mater, "but are you sure you don't want me to fix you right up? I can already see you got the problem going on." "No, sir. Thank you. Don't touch anything." And the mysterious truck drove off down the road. "Well, that sure was a strange feller," said Mater. "You know, I bet he'd be mighty happy if I can have him all fixed up before he gets back." Mater started tinkering and working on the truck. "Well, I can see the problem right here. You got something stuck in the axle back here." Mater struggles and eventually pulls out a stuck rock, and the back door flies open. Mater looks inside to see a strange machine. "Well, you look at that. Let's see what this does." Mater pushes a button and nothing happens. "Well, it looks like this machine runs on gas, and it's drier than a fart in Willie's Butte," he said. "What we need is some of Fillmore's organic fuel." Mater gets some fuel and pours it in. The machine suddenly kicks on, and a glowing portal pops up in the archway. "Uh-oh, well this ain't good," Mater said. "Maybe I should just leave this alone." Mater closed the door. "I'm going back to bed," said Mater, as he hoped the truck would be gone by the time he woke up. Mater woke up and saw the black truck was still there. "Oh boy, did I leave that door open?" Mater drove into town and found everyone crowded around Sally's cone. "What are all you guys doing?" Mater asked. "Mater, Sally's gone, and her cone is a mess," said Lightning. "It looks like there was some kind of struggle." "I'm afraid something terrible might have happened," said Flo. Mater looked around and found strange tire tracks leading away from the scene. "Hey, look here at these tracks. I don't recognize these tracks at all." "Let's follow them and see where they go," said Lightning. "It looks like they go right back to your place, Mater," said Sarge. They drove down the street to Mater's place, and they all saw the big black truck. "Whose truck is this?" asked Sheriff. "Well, I don't know," said Mater. "This strange feller here got stuck last night, and he went to get help. He made me promise not to touch anything." "But I did. I couldn't help myself. He's got some strange glowing doorway in the back. By the looks of these tracks, it looks like somebody must have come through the portal and kidnapped Sally." "Yeah, right, Mater," said Lightning. You've been playing pranks on us all week. This has to stop." "No, really, this isn't a prank," said Mater. "I think Miss Sally's in trouble." "Sorry, Mater, we're not playing along anymore," said Lightning. "Sally, you can come out now. We're going home, Mater." "Really, guys, I'm not fooling around. We gotta help Sally," said Mater. "Stop it, Mater. We're done," said Lightning. The cars drove off, leaving Mater staring at the closed door of the truck. Mater slowly drove up and opened the door to see the portal. "Sally's my friend," he said, "and it looks like I made this mess. I'm going to have to clean it up." "Good work, Boba Fett," said the mysterious dark figure. "Put her in a holding cell next to the other one. She might be useful. If not, we'll drain her oil." "Well, this is a strange place," said Mater. "Sally!" "Whoa!" Mater yells. "Well, you're some strange-looking fellers. I'm looking for a friend of mine named Sally. Have you seen a light blue Porsche around here?" Mater hears an old voice. "In trouble your friend is, man. My name is Yoda." "You've seen Sally?" said Mater. "Been through here, she has," said Yoda. "Prisoner she is, of a powerful bounty hunter." "Prisoner? Well, I gotta save her. Can you help me?" pleaded Mater. "Help I cannot. Attend to matters here I must," said Yoda. "Follow that road. Find her you will, man." "Okay, thanks. After I get all this sorted out, I gotta introduce you to a friend of mine." Mater drove and drove for what seemed like hours until he came up to a large concrete building. Mater drove inside and saw two cars fixing a large spaceship. One of the cars looked very cool, Mater thought to himself, and the other car was very big and not like any car he had ever seen before. "Excuse me, fellas. I'm not from around these parts. I'm looking for a friend of mine named Sally," said Mater. "Any chance you've seen a mean bounty hunter come through here with a light blue Porsche held against their will?" "Sorry, friend," said the cool-looking car. "We don't mess with bounty hunters." The other car revved its engine loudly, almost sounding like a lion roar. "He wants to know," said the cool one, "does this friend mean a lot to you?" "Why, yes, she does," said Mater. "You see, I was doing something I probably shouldn't have been doing, and now none of my friends believe me, and it's my fault Miss Sally's in this mess." "Well, your bounty hunter has probably taken her to Darth Mater," said the cool car. "We don't mess with the Empire, but we can point you in the direction of some guys who might be able to help." "Well, I'd appreciate that," said Mater. "Excuse me, fellas," Mater said. "I'm looking for a friend of mine. Some cool Impala lowrider and his big friend said you might be my only hope." "Well, hello there. I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is Luke." "I'm Mater, like Tow Mater, but without the tuh. I'm not from around these parts, and a friend of mine has been kidnapped by a bounty hunter." "Well, it appears you might be on a path similar to ours," said Obi-Wan Kenobi. "You see, one of our friends has been kidnapped by the Empire as well." "Yeah, that's it. Let's go get this umpire fella," said Mater. "It's not that easy," said Luke. "We can't just go busting in there." "Boop, boop, 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 boop," R2-D2 spoke up. "Whoa," said Mater, looking at C-3PO and R2-D2. "Something about you guys is real familiar. I just can't put my tire on it." "Well, we need a plan," said Obi-Wan Kenobi. "And we need to get help," said Luke. "Look, you fellas seem real nice and all, but I don't have time for all that," said Mater. "Miss Sally's in trouble, and I gotta find her and get back home before it's too late." As Mater started driving off, he said, "I hope you find your friend." Mater soon found a dark, menacing-looking building. "Well, that certainly looks like the place bad guys would hang out. Look at all those tractors. Maybe I should go around back." Mater snuck around the back of the building and found an open door. He went inside and drove down a few hallways, being careful to avoid any tractors. Around the corner of a hallway, he heard two tractors talking about a prisoner inside. Mater waited for them to leave, and he snuck in, opened the door, and went inside. "Aren't you a little rusty for a tow truck?" "What?" said Mater. "Shoo, my name's Mater. I'm here to rescue you." "Here to rescue me?" "Actually, I'm here to rescue my friend Miss Sally, but I recently met some fellas who was looking for you." "Come on, let's go." But what about Miss Sally? Said Mater. You can't rescue Sally if you're dead. Let's go. The two race down the hallway with the tractors chasing behind them. They go down the road and they jumped into the portal. The tow truck has escaped with the princess. Bring the new prisoner. We're going after them and she may come in useful. A short while later, Mater and Princess Leia are at the Radiator Springs firehouse with Red, Sarge, and the others. Even if we do believe you, said Luigi, we can't fight an army. We're not soldiers. Fillmore spoke up. She should just go back where she came from, man. Maybe once they get their princess back, they'll let Sally go and leave us alone. Mater looked up, horrified. Guys, I think we're too late. Everyone turned around and saw tractors. Hand over the princess now, or this one will be drained of oil, said the Emperor. Not if I can help it, yelled Lightning as he sped through the tractors and pushed Sally out of the way. Ka-chow, said Lightning. You are surrounded, said Darth Mater. Release the princess to us, or we will take her by force. On 3, destroy them all, said Darth Mater. 1, 2. Let's go, shouted Luke. Bring the rest of the tractors, said Darth Mater. Place the bombs throughout the town. Find the rebels and chain them up. No one leaves here, do you understand? Find the princess and bring her to me. Spare no one. These are bad guys. We gotta stand up and fight. No way, Mater. We don't stand a chance, said Fillmore. There's hundreds of them out there, Mater, said Flo. We can't fight them all. We would need an army. Well, shoot fire. That may be true, said Mater. I'm not going down without a fight. This is our home. Red, how long have you lived here? Lizzie? Guido, how long has that leaning tower of tires been standing there? Look, I'm sorry I was pulling pranks on you guys, but I only do it because I love you guys. And I love this town, our town. I know you guys are scared. I am too. But this is our town, and if we don't fight for it and fight for each other, who will? Are you with me? Anyone? Blank stares come from the rest of the scared cars. There's just not enough of us, Mater, said Sarge. You guys do what you want, said Mater, but I've got some bombs to find and some tractors to tip. That was some speech, my friend. Luke, you're okay. Yes, Mater, said Luke. You saved our Princess Leia, and we're going to return that favor. It's time we put a stop to Darth Mater and the Emperor once and for all. Okay, you guys get going and be careful, Lightning said. Lightning, where are you going? Said Mater. Oh, I got a few calls to make, said Lightning. I'll catch up with you later. No, Guido. If we go out there, we might get hurt, or worse. 2 strange droid robots roll in. The gold one said, Help, R2. There's no one here. Who do you expect to help in it? Oh, hello. The 4 look at each other back and forth a few times. I'm C-3PO, and this is R2-D2. My friend seems to think you need help. No, we don't need help, but you need to hide before those tractors come in here. R2-D2 speaks up. Boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. C-3PO said, No, R2. I'm sorry, good sir, said C-3PO as he turned back to Luigi. My friend R2-D2 seems to think we should fight these tractors. No, Luigi interrupts. We are not fighting, Mr. C-3PO. But I must say you were a very handsome-looking car. Why, thank you, sir, said C-3PO. No one move, said a tractor. The 4 cars found themselves surrounded by tractors. You cars need to come with us. Obi-Wan Kenobi pulls up. These aren't the cars you're looking for. The tractors pause for a long moment. All right, just sit right there and don't move. Phew, said Luigi. All right, tractors, start tearing up these tires. Look for secret doors. I don't care if you have to tear up every single tire. We need to find those rebels and the princess. Excuse me, stuttered Luigi. Did you say tear up the tires? Yes, every last one, said the commander to the tractors. You heard me. Luigi gets a serious look on his face. Guido, it's time. Get them. Guido quickly spun around the tractors and pulled their tires off like it was a pit stop. R2-D2 joined in. Luigi knocks him over. Nobody messes with my tires. Mater and Luke were driving down the road and they saw a bunch of tractors in a field. Shh, over there in that cornfield, Mater says to Luke. We can sneak up on them. Sneak up on them, Mater? How's that going to help? Just watch, said Mater. Mater snuck up behind one of the tractors and blew his horn as loud as he could. Scared the tractor into tipping over, and Mater laughed. That's funny right there. Mater, look out, yelled Luke, as Mater found himself surrounded. Uh-oh, said Mater as he looked at the tractors. Suddenly, the 2 Ewoks popped up and knocked over the tractors. And Luke spat out and knocked over another one. Wow, pretty good, said Mater. Thanks, Mater. I used to shoot womp rats back, Luke, Mater interrupted. Luke saw a lot more tractors. Ready, said a tractor. Aim. Then suddenly a horn blares and they hear 2 engines approaching. Uh-oh, says Mater. Now what, says Luke. It's Frank, said Mater. Run! Just as Mater, Luke, and the Ewoks escape the field, lightning shows up. It's about time you showed up, said Mater. Sorry, Mater, I just had a few calls to make. Sheriff found himself backed up against the wall. It's over, said a tractor, Sheriff. Light him up. Oh, no, you don't, shouted Mac as he pulled up between Sheriff and the tractors. That's mighty nice of you, Mac, said Sheriff. Thanks. And more tractors pulled up. Now you'll both be dead, said the tractor. Uh-oh, said the Sheriff. There's not enough of you to stop us, said the tractor. Oh, don't you worry, Sheriff, came a familiar voice as they saw Mac's back door open up. We can drive circles around these guys, right, Wingo? Shouted Boost. You could hear the cars laugh, DJ's music blaring. They had the tractors backed up. And wouldn't you know it, Snot Rod let out a big sneeze. Stop right there. We see Sterling and Tex pull up behind the tractors. You fellas look like you're up to no good, said Tex. You shouldn't have come here, said the tractor. You're outnumbered. We're going to turn you into a couple of rust buckets. What's wrong with a couple of rust buckets? Fred and Dusty pull up. Oh, hey there, Fred, said Sterling. Hi there, Mr. Sterling. I don't suppose these guys are looking for matching mud flaps. There's not enough of you to stop us. Put bombs in their trunks, and if they move, shoot out their tires. Start with this one, the tractor said, looking at Dusty. Hey, don't mess with my brother, comes Rusty's voice as more rusty cars pull up. And don't mess with my brother, shouts Dusty. The rusty cars stop the tractors in their tracks. I think we can hide in here, man, says Fillmore as he and Yoda drive past the Thomasville sign. I'm not sure why, man, but I have a strong feeling this is the place where we should go. Strong with you, the Force is, said Yoda. Don't move, shouted a tractor. Oh boy, says Fillmore. Patience, said Yoda. Place the bombs, said a tractor. Tractors started placing bombs around the racetrack. Hell no, not on our track, said Louise as her and her friends pulled up. We may be old, said Smokey, but we can outrun you tractors. Get 'em! What about this one, said Fillmore. Yoda closed his eyes and used the Force to knock the tractor over. Yeehaw! The cars cheered. This ought to do it, said Boba Fett. Step back and let's blow this car wash. We're not going to let that happen. Holly Shiftwell and Finn McMissile pull up. Are we, sir? No, Holly? No, we are not, said Finn. Sir, he's getting away, yelled Holly. Kachiga, Kachiga, shouted a familiar voice. Not today, shouted Chick Hicks as he takes off after Boba Fett. This guy just needs a little bump draft. What are we going to do, Ramone? Flo said. We need to stop them, but they've got laser guns, said Ramone. Over here, shouted a tractor as they surrounded Flo and Ramone. Take them apart, said the tractor. Then they heard a car horn playing a song, and Han and Chewie pull up, forcing the tractors into the stalls. Hey, Ramone, shouted Han. Do you got any paints? You know I do, said Ramone. Then let's give these guys a new paint job and go home. Chewie revved his engine, and Ramone painted the tractor's eyes so they couldn't see. Hey, it looks like Red might need some help over at the firehouse, said Flo. Chewie, why don't you go help, said Han. We'll hold him here. "Oh, no, you don't," shouted Mrs. the King as she stops a tractor from placing a bomb. "Honey, there's too many of them." "Oh, don't worry, honey," said Mr. the King as he drove up. "It looks like we're not the only ones lightning called. Look!" Mrs. the King turned around to see all the old racers coming up over the horizon, and chased down all the tractors inside the track. "Oh, hiya, Uncle. Lightning said you might need some help." "Look," shouted Mrs. the King, "those tractors are getting away." "Oh, don't you worry about them," said a confident and familiar voice, as we see Jackson Storm pull up, and the next-gen racers behind him. "We'll take care of them." "That guy's getting away," shouted Mr. the King. "He may be fast, but he's not faster than Francesco Bernoulli." Red is doing his best to hold off the tractors. Chewie tries to help, and Flo drives around back. "Hey girls, Red needs our help out front. I think it's time we show these out-of-towners what some ladies can do." "We're coming, Stanley!" shouted Lizzie as they drove out front to fight off the tractors. "Nice one, Sally," shouted Princess Leia. "You're not so bad yourself, Princess," said Sally. "Hello? Anyone here?" A bunch of tractors rolled out of the shadows to surround Cruz. "Uh-oh," said Cruz. "Drainer for oil," shouted one of the tractors. "Wait just a minute," said Miss Fritter. "Nobody messes with my friend Lemonade. Get 'em, fellas." Darth Vader, the Emperor, and some tractors were placing bombs. Sarge and Obi-Wan Kenobi were watching unseen. "Look," said Sarge. "There they are. Now's our chance." "You prevent those bombs from going off," said Obi-Wan Kenobi. "Leave Darth Vader to me." "Okay, let's go," said Sarge. "Oh, no, you don't." Obi-Wan Kenobi pulled up next to Darth Vader for a showdown. "You can't win, Darth Vader," said Obi-Wan Kenobi. "If you strike me down, I will become faster than you can possibly imagine." "No!" shouted Luke and Vader at the same time. "It's up to you now, Luke," said Obi-Wan Kenobi. "Don't leave me, I can't do it," cried Luke. "You can do it," said Obi-Wan. "You've got a lot of stuff, kid." Lightning drove up to help Sarge take out the Emperor. Vader pulls up to fight Darth Vader. "Why don't you go back to wherever it was you came from?" yelled Vader. "This is my town and these are my friends." "You and your friends are in my way. Surrender or you will die. Return the princess and we'll leave your pathetic little town." "This town may look pathetic to you, but my friends live here, and that makes this the best dadgum town in the universe. So even if I gotta do this alone, I'm gonna fight for my friends." "You're not alone, Vader." Vader heard Lightning's voice behind him. The car is rolling up. "Get her done!" Vader yelled. "Well, I want to thank you guys for coming to help us," said Vader. "I don't know what we would have done without you." "Well, it's the least we could do for the tow truck who saved our princess," said Luke. "I think it's time we headed back home." "Thank you, Vader," said the princess as she gave him a kiss. "May the Force be with you, Vader," said Luke. "Goodbye," said Vader. "Oh no, look over there!" "Vader," scolded Lightning, "no more pranks." "I know," said Vader. "I learned my lesson, no more pranks. But seriously, look who's coming up the road." The big black truck rolled up. "I want to thank you, sir, for keeping a good watch on my trailer. It looks like it's safe to assume there weren't any issues. It's been nice and quiet here. Well, thank you and goodbye, said the truck. Bye. Come on back and see us sometime. No, shouted the rest of the cars.